Hello and welcome to another Missionary Minute. I'm going to be recording more of these more often because, let's face it, we've got the time. I wanted to answer another question that members of the ward have put out, and if you guys in comments want to put down any other questions you might have on Facebook when you see these, go right ahead. I'd be more than willing to answer any questions you guys have or refer those to the missionaries. They're going to start posting videos also. But one of the questions that popped up in the thing that I handed out a couple of weeks ago when we were still meeting together was it says how to feel the Spirit without forcing it with kids. I think the question really is how do we get the kids to recognize that they're feeling the Spirit? The kids are pretty sharp most of the time. Most of the time, not always. They're pretty good about knowing when they're feeling something. What you find, though, is that the Spirit can be a little deceptive. Not that it's trying to be, but we can be deceived into believing that it's us thinking it rather than the Spirit telling us these things. Our job as parents, a lot of times, is to identify the Spirit for our kids, or to get them to identify it for themselves. One of the things that I've had trouble with, like most parents, I think, is getting kids to see that something's happening. A lot of kids, they want, especially mine, want to believe that things are because they are, and it's getting them to acknowledge the Spirit more than anything. They're feeling it. I guarantee that most of your kids are feeling the Spirit when you're reading the scriptures, or you're telling a story, or you're watching the Book of Mormon videos on YouTube. If that's what's floating your boat, or you're doing family home meeting, the Spirit is there. It's getting them to acknowledge that they're feeling it. That tends to be the tough part. I can't tell you how to do that with your kids. Each kid is different. You're going to have to look at them a little bit and see what their particular spiritual leanings are when it comes to that, and how they experience the Spirit. Just like anybody else, we all experience it differently. We all experience it with a little bit of shades of ourselves, because that's how we experience the world. So just try to do your best to identify the Spirit the way you feel it, and try to convey that to your kids so that they have a baseline to go by. If your kids are having trouble feeling the Spirit, show them how you feel it. Tell them how you experience the Spirit, and maybe that'll give them something to riff off of, because their experience with it is going to come largely from the way you experience it, because you are their example in that. So I'll go ahead and leave you with that, and we'll talk to you again soon.